Hello, and welcome to another video. I thought I'd come back to doing that Spider-Man game. So I've got a little thing that does some things, and there's probably noise somewhere, but what I kind of want to do, that was kind of a little unexpected, is change things and just try and work out things. So at the moment, we can do something like I got out and display one, I think, which will kind of show a bunch of stuff in the room. It's a bit maybe too verbose, but it is what it is. Um, so I mean, this is kind of just becoming some of my notes, and there's like we got this, and yeah, like all those fields I kind of know, but there's also like offset of X and Y in the mover tab, which I haven't put in here, but here we can kind of see where the base index into mover tab is, and then it kind of like looks up stuff in mover tab. Can we get out of there? Yeah, like I don't know. There's probably a way. I might need to just rebind things. But here we have right. So this is a we've got some switches, and so what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 switches in this room, and this will kind of show all of them. So the first one is this yellow one, so it should be this little guy here. Has a preamble, and so the preamble, I don't actually know what the MSB and the LSB kind of do in this case. So if we set MSB to 8 and set it to 4 and try things out, that could be kind of useful. Then the toggle bit wasn't also too unsure on that. Yeah, like this is kind of doing like a thing where I put in a notion of global switches, which doesn't really exist. And I hate that no, that does do it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so global switches is like, I think from reading the assembly, it's like a notion of every switch in the game is like kind of stored in like a bit array type thing. And so I believe this is kind of switching on and off whether a thing can do what it needs to do. So there's some checks that like check. So this is like it sets a thing to that, but only when this has the bit mask. So yeah, it kind of does some things. This might be a little slow because I haven't touched this for a month. I don't know, various reasons. So we don't really know what toggle bit is, and toggle block, I think I know what the whole toggle block is. So toggle block is on this blue one. So this blue one is kind of, it toggles whether these are on and off, but it also doesn't do it all the time. And so some things I noticed was when you into a room, some stuff happens, and also when you have a neighbor in a room, I believe it did something. I can't recall what, but I haven't really written it out in full. I think I need to maybe start writing like a wiki or something, kind of to show what each of the different kind of areas are, like what the memory map looks like, and yeah, kind of start to combine it all up. It's a big task, this, and it is fun when you kind of make progress. But I think I kind of stopped. Yeah, so this preamble, so LSB 80, and we probably say that. Yeah, so LSB 80 seems to control where the switch activates on room entry rather than touching it. And what do we have for LSB? We do indeed have 80. So, yeah, I think this thing might happen just on room start. And what does this one have? This also has it. But what I thought I could do is maybe I'll see what's here. I haven't kind of configured the test room yet, but what we could do is kind of make it so. What script do I have for that? Was it just patch tile? Yeah, it was, but I had to give it some things. That is interesting. We got a kind of like a seg file. Well, it is a seg file. It ended up being an abort, but we had compiled this with address sanitizer, and it's now, gosh, that just like went in my eyeball. The tail in this. But yeah, what this is doing is it's doing like a bunch of stuff, and then it does play. It's kind of weird. And then over here, there should be a bunch of things. This is hurting because it's a painful red tile. And I think, yeah, just all of the red tiles will be there. But the idea here is I kind of want to construct, sorry, that would have been a little strange. We do this. Yeah, we got like a help, and it's got like a shadow drop box. I kind of went a little funny on this. I'll try things out. But yeah, in here we have this, and this is kind of like a interactive type thing. And did we have how do we get that help again? I can't recall how to get the help again. Toggle helpers question mark. Cool. So what I want to do there is bring this up again. Can we add a tile? Had I done that? Tile edit mode. Right, so we can kind of do tiles in the it's kind of interesting that I can still move about while the in the wrong place while I have the help up. I wonder if I kind of want that. I mean, if it might make sense if the help's over there. Who knows? But anyway, how do we get into the edit mode? Control T. So if we get rid of that, Control T. So here's where Spider-Man is, that the editing cursor is still back where Spider-Man started. So here we can, I don't know, start making some things. I kind of want to do, there's like another way we can do this. I just remembered, for like bulk editing, I can kind of copy this and then test.txt, and maybe just do that. And I kind of want to see what midnight.txt is. So it doesn't have any spaces to line up. So I want to kind of get that. And do we need spaces where things are? No, we do not. Cool. So here we can kind of just change things. So O1 was kind of hurting, but what we could do is maybe change it to 6A because that was fine. So we could probably change. I kind of want to I kind of don't want that layer there and don't want that layer there. And maybe we can change not dot into 6 8 was it, and do it everywhere. And that kind of just makes us get a wall like that. And here we can do a dot out and uh, midnight text. So patch 0 tiles midnight text. Well, in fact, can we get this and maybe change that to test and patch 0? And so they'll kind of patch this, and it did it while this editor was kind of watching. So I want to do some tests. So perhaps I kind of want to do. In fact, I need to kind of edit the room a little bit more because it's got unknown B. I know what it is, so I guess I might set it to 0 just so I kind of know. Well, actually, no. Let's start with yeah, the E and F are like kind of joined together. So everything is kind of 0. So, and leftover data, that's cool. So what I might do is kind of, we can't create things in this tile edit. Yeah, so we can't create a thing in that yet, but we can. I mean, if we want to add a tile, we've just added a tile. But what I kind of want to do is we want to patch 0 and maybe make a switch was what we kind of wanted to do. But I also kind of want an object type thing. So I kind of want to build a jail for a person. So, I mean, this is probably better done in this. Ooh, is that right? Yeah. Cool. So maybe we can have something like that. And we can just have golly, learn where keys are. And do something like that. And so we'll ideally have like a baddie up in here. And one of the things I might want to try is see what we can do with the baddie. So maybe I can do something. I kind of want to see what I think it's in room.c because just everything in here is. So if we do, I think tiles, yeah. So if we do tiles, we add a thing, and we do a tile set type thing. We read in the whole thing. And I guess how would we do the enemies? Yeah, so let's ignore that. So in a dot out, I kind of want to create a thing. Golly, I think I just want to do that and make a new one. I mean, it can be there, but well, actually, I would prefer it if it wasn't there. Maybe that, but make it a little bigger. And here we're like Spidey editor. Right, so here I want to add a baddie to that. Well, actually, I should probably do a patch 0 of tiles in test. Get that in there. But now we want to do objects. Is that what we want? let's open up .c. I think it's objects, but maybe with a quote. Object, yeah. So this, golly, we had it. So we do need to say objects, and then we so we'll make one. And I guess we want to do X. And so where do we want the X? We probably just want it, I don't know, like 2 in, 3 in, maybe there. And we can do the same for Y, and we want it. So this helpfully actually shows the coordinates up in the top right corner. So as I'm moving about, I can see where it is. So I can say this is 4, 2. So I can see Y is starting from the top, which is usually the case. Right, so this will create a thing there, and I think well, if I don't do anything, it will. All right, so it's created a block. So I kind of want to make it type of sprint. And cool, we'll get a shark up there. It's just going to be a shark. And so now if we do play, this should do that, do this. And if we kind of come over here, we don't have a shark. But I wonder if that is because of the mover tab. So I guess one thing we can do is maybe over here we can do display 0. So this mover tab is unknown B. So what I might do is hit 0, and we want to do unknown. I think I can just do unknown B and set it to 0. Is that what is the case? And that set it to 0. So, well, maybe I want to see what. Sorry, you can't actually see that. So maybe I do want something over here. Just have it show the time. So if I do this, we should have a shark, but it didn't appear. So why I think it didn't appear is because we do something like this and move the tab. That's what I want, but I guess it's in move a tab. And if we look at just the top of that, so the first entry is the first 3 bytes is 0. So if we set the base index to 1, was it here that we set it? Right, so if we set it to 1, I would have thought that this would have a little shark up there. Or perhaps I can change it to a mummy in case like sharks are different for some reason. Objects 0 dot sprite, and you can just call it a mummy. I wonder. All right. What if unknown is unknown B can be 2? Is this what we want? Display 0. So display 1. So this is kind of what things are. So it's second sprite. is that? So I wonder if I need to kind of have a block, but I mean, surely we have a way of doing it. So maybe if we call this a block, and then we objects dot which we can call it that. Can I just do tiles here and golly do like a helicopter? Like, what if that was the case? Heli txt, maybe just txt. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So if we do heli.txt, so it doesn't know about that, and then it gets memory leak. All right. So maybe in C, we want to do tile as well. We kind of want to first find block, I guess. And this is printing it. This is still printing it. That's still printing it. Printing. Right. This is reading it. This is yes, that's reading. Right. So type and we do block. So what do we do next? Do I want to? So how do I do the tiles? If we just did this, so this is like way at the start, and it's trying to get a thing. So I guess we could do something like this. And how does this tile set do? I'll just make a new one. I feel like it would be kind of useful. So here's do x, y, and width. So well, we did something like this. This continue. Is that kind of what we want to do? I think it potentially might be. This is so we would have something like that, and I think I would probably want it to be like that. Right, so what do we want to do? We want to check the file that we have, and this should just be the next thing. Yeah, it should just be the next thing. Cool. Same thing. So this thing here, we need to do object tile set, I guess, and we'll probably need to give it a object ID. Object ID equals, I believe that's just ID, and the file can be the same. So we need to check for tile set. And before we do that, is this right? So at the end of all of this, so gross. We do that. Cool. So if that is the case, we got tile set, and here we probably just want to just do the yoink of this. It's a big yoink. But potentially not everything is needed in an object tile set. So we're going to open a thing. We're going to read it. That's cool. File size is going to be that. We're going to read that data in. That's cool. Right. So here is where we need to get this. And so I guess maybe this should be up by object. Can we go here? Yeah, and do that. And cool. So we read the object, and so what we want to do is we want to get the object out of this thing. So object is just this. And where the IDX come from. IDX is coming from here. So this is doing that weird thing. But like we have just added a new thing. Like this has just that, and right, yeah, we've just added a thing to it. So I guess we could I don't know. Object ID. It's just adding more bytes to the struct. It's kind of a bit overloaded, but object tile set. And right, so here we should just be able to get to this thing. So IDX is kind of set funny there. I guess if it is in there, we can call it in there. So we want to do some checking. And yes, we are doing that in this commit. All right, so we would just kind of get that. Can we go here? Yeah. Right, so we would also check this. I mean, I don't really care too much about that. Object. So when we get it, this thing, we would get that, and so we'd get the file room, and then we'll add patch dot object ID to that. Right. So I guess we don't really know what the width and height are. We know that width and height multiplied together equal file size. But yeah. So like, I guess you wouldn't have a object that's more than the room size, so that's probably good. It's weird error message, I think. So we get the thing, and then we find like an escape sequence, and we just like ignore it. We get this. We are like want to get rid of this. So if right, so the tile IDX is kind of adding up. Um, I guess on the first thing, so we need to know what the width equals 0 and height equals 0. And at the end of this, we should have so if width equals 0 or height equals 0, that's probably going to be an unreachable. Do we have unreachable? We don't, but we can just kind of do that. Do something like this. You're not with or height of object files. Object files, cool. That can be that. And like we should get it here somehow. So if we get this, I guess, yeah, width might be different depending on what it is. This is kind of an interesting problem. So if I had, we'll grab this here. So the heli here, it only has 3 tiles on the bottom row, but like say if we had more tiles with valid hex, I guess, say even to there, what is the width and height of this object? We need to kind of read in this, and when we get to the end of that, we're kind of guessing that's going to be the width and height, but yeah, we almost need to read through and find width and height first. Yeah, don't overwrite my heli. So I think that is kind of what I want to do. So we probably want to this is just going to be file size, I guess, and I is less than I plus plus there. Cool. So I've got the annoying nerve being weird. Ugh, nerves driving me up the wall. So this shouldn't happen. We should be able to just be able to get a character and huh. If I'm in it, it'll do it. But usually, like if you do like so in all of them, like you might have like char star s equals this is a string, and when you're not in the string, you can go ci quotes, and it will kind of change that. And if I change them to single quotes, that might be a thing. You can do kind of the same thing. I pushed a semicolon, fat fingered. But here, and even so, like I can go ci parentheses, and it does the trick. I can even do CI uh, curly brace, and it does the whole thing that it has done it of. Yeah, that's doing it of the outer one, which isn't kind of what I want. Um, mm, or where was I now? I was down here. But yeah, you can't do CI square bracket. So I'm trying to type CI that, and it's not doing it. But if I get to it, then I can do it. Weird. Right. So anyway, we've got this char. If I guess if it equals an escape, we can probably do that. And if data I plus one, and if I plus one, maybe if I equals file size, or that, maybe I'll make it a bit clearer. I plus one is less than. If no, if I plus one is greater than or equal to, then that is an error. So we can probably copy that sort of thing across. Cool. And otherwise, what do we do in this? We just kind of go through. So I guess I can kind of see why there might have been a data IDX. So I guess we can do that while data IDX is less than file size. So it's in essence doing the same loop. We'll just do that, and now we can do data IDX because we've already passed it. And then this can be data IDX, IFX, IDX. Right, so we do this. Ooh, what's happening here? Cool. So if we do this, then we will do that. Otherwise, now we kind of can do this. We can print everything out. And is that final data IDX? Like legit, it is. Right. Cool. So that is that. And otherwise, if CD equals new, it makes me wonder whether there should be right, then it's just a hex digit at the end, but we don't really care about that just yet. So if it's a new line, we want to set width equal to I only really want to do if we can call it tile IDX, I guess. So we read in a tile. So what's happening here? It's because this is not completed. We take me back. Cool. So if width is less than IDX, that means that we've we've got a bigger line. So I guess we can say with the use tile IDX here. And at this point here, we can do tile IDX equal to 0 again. And we can also go practice plus. And so at the end here, we should have this thing here. We should have both of them set. And I guess yeah, so now I kind of want to get the golly, the object that we were kind of working on, this object pool. Perhaps full byte. Where does that kind of happen? It happens in there, otherwise it kind of goes through. Golly, magic. I do need that for kind of setting things, and I guess the next check will kind of go through that. So when we do this, we now want to go object equals malloc. We can potentially do we'll do malloc, and this can be with times fact, and we can do object equals would and object height equals height. Yeah. I guess if width times height is less than width, or width times height is less than height, or is, well, actually, it shouldn't really happen, because we're tracking just tile ID, we go through and then we'll reset it, and so each byte we get, we do that, and then we do that. Cool. So yeah, I don't. Well, I kind of want to do like a kind of overflow check, which potentially that would kind of do it. So like if you like multiply the two numbers together, it might overflow the holding of what the integer type can hold. It just might happen. I don't think it will in this use case, but like it potentially could if. Well, actually, no. If what can we do? If with some, yeah, if this is like that, then like overflow times height, I guess. And I guess if width times height is randomly equal to size of tiles, is that what I want? So if that is the case, we have too big of an object. So we should probably have a little error case there. Then we have the ability to kind of go through and set everything. So this loop will be roughly the same. We probably want to reset that and data x equals 0, reset it all, and then we're kind of going up. And here we want to make sure this is less than width times height, I guess. because the tile IDX is going to add up over time. And it should end up equaling that, I believe. Right, so we'll get that, and we get that. Same thing, we're not writing any data at this point. And here we do set some data. So here we just do, so I'm like, just went a bit below. I pushed in by accident and did the last search. But yeah, I believe I kind of just want to do this. And here I guess this is do something like that, and then this is just with so if it's less than what we can fit in, then we do that. And otherwise we do this, and we should probably do, otherwise we read in some hex digits, and here we do that. And if we get a full byte, then we set it to the object. And like, is that kind of all I want? And then this shouldn't happen, I guess. But yeah, I think that could be potentially what I need. Let's see if or did we like, yeah, we like did a little make file. So if we did this, we can't do something. We added another patch, and this right. So I guess width is, yeah. So I think I just want to do yeah, actually the check for below 0, which width and height would never go below 0 really, and the overflow check and the this isn't really an overflow, this is we go here. This is tiles bigger than something like that. Cool. So I guess I should also probably set the type to object. And is that what I I think that's what I want. Cool. What do we have? Room doesn't exist. We could get the room. I mean, it doesn't really make sense all the time. This is what yeah, that's just the same. Cool. So if we do this again, all right. So what is? Oh, it's like moving object, isn't it? Moving object. All right. How is it? Room object type. It must be in room.h. What if we do this, and then you'll let me? It's block. Block. Has to be a block if we do that like that. Right, and so we don't have a width and a height. Block dot width, block dot that, and block dot height, and is I must have it. Cool. So if that is the case, golly, I wonder what will happen if we try and do this. And cool, it had a memory leak, but it did add a little block for us, and got that little block there. And some extra stuff actually. Like it took out my wall. I had a wall. Um, Interesting. You've kind of like destroyed things. 3 and 2. I guess it is kind of long, but I didn't expect it to get rid of those walls. And then in the this it looks kind of whack. Looks kind of whack. And yeah, the width is 12. So I guess if we look at heli, yeah. So what we want is if we go here, width equals do this and go back here. We wanted to divide by 2 because we're reading pairs of bytes. So we had, I think it was over here, the test, that one. So reset that back to there. Yeah, and it has our little thing, and that shows the heli at the right place. And we're leaking that. I should probably try and fix up the leak. Right, so in Vim, we have that. How long have we been going anyway? Not super long. Golly, I want that there and that there. And in here we had 536. This memory here never got freed. I think it might be because we want to do something like this. Something like that, maybe. I still don't like it. Right. So when we read the room, right, so we read the room and we get this. And so we shouldn't really get this. I see what's happened. And then we go mallet with times type. And here we want to do this. So here can probably just replace I with and I dot and replace that with or do that, but how to get a bit earlier. We kind of want to get that S as well, and then that should do the trick. And now, so it'll read in the initial one, and then it'll kind of do that. Cool. So all of this was truly just to kind of put a block there. So there should be a helicopter up in that little prison that I made before. Um, hey, there's a little helicopter there. So maybe I kind of want to. So at this point here, we can probably do the test.txt. And I wonder if I can just do something like that. No, I kind of want to have like this. And then, yeah, so that's kind of what we can do. And we can do that. Unexpected new line, all right. Unexpected new line at 43. All right, so 43. Do that one. And 43 is potentially there. Yeah. No. Yeah, 43 is there. Why is it unexpected? When it was like that, it was fine. But like this, I see. I see. I see. Um, golly. So it had just like a unfinished one, which I would have thought it would have said unfinished. Don't need to run that one. It's already kind of built. Right, so now I have two prisons, and here I kind of want to do a do that there. In X, we maybe want to put it 13. I can't recall where that would need to be. So yeah, it is like a little one. We can even do 0xOD and do that same thing. This is going to be a sprite, and the right can be a mummy. We got a bunch of leaks, all from reading room. Oh golly, no. Go and do that again, and then this. We want to do. We didn't do that. So want to replace that with everywhere. Do something like that. Yeah, and then that put that in the right place. Cool. I guess do something like objects one dot damage four, because I think that's a bit more normal. And we can even see what we have normally. So this normally has like a 4-1. So the 1 is the damage and the 4 is the sprite. So we normally have that, but we put it the other way around. So we should have a mummy. It should be very dangerous. But I wonder if the very dangerous makes it a bit trickier. Right, cool. So we have a mummy. So now, I guess we kind of want to do some testing of the switches. I have forgotten exactly what I wanted to test in them, but perhaps if I do a display of 1, I might jog my memory. I mean, I guess we can start with just a switch. So we'll do a little patch. So we'll be adding to switches 0, I guess, and we can have something like X. And well, we kind of want the X. Maybe we'll have it like all the way over here. Maybe we'll have it close to the room entrance. So we want it like 1B15, 0x1B, and I think we can do this. And it'll like remember that you're on switches 0, and it will just do the trick. So we do this, and what is this? I think if I do this, it will kind of set up some boilerplate, and it'll do that preamble, and it just won't have any LSB or MSB. So what we can do here is we can do chunks, and I think I call them chunks, and we can do, I don't know, a toggle block. I know definitely kind of works. I understand a bit more about it. So this is going to be a type toggle block, and we're going to have the X is going to be where the block is going to be toggled. So like, I don't know, maybe I'll let your mummy out. So we could, maybe I'll like tease the mummy. We can do something like this. 0x can be 1, 4, and dot y can be 0x can be 0. And dot size can be, so we want to come down like just 4, and like it'll be a thing that the mummy can't get over. And here I want to do is vertical. And then I want to do off. So off is going to be 0, and on can be, maybe we'll have it 5, 5. Don't know what it will look like, but maybe I'll do 0 to 5, 5. So that will kind of show that. And 24 kind of looks right. So that's where the switch is, and that's where it will kind of change. So let's go tease the mummy. Who knows? Maybe this mummy did something bad and needed teasing. It's not at all what I expected. Not at all. Golly, I kind of want to see what the room looks like. Not 9, 0 things. So, first thing I notice is like the test room. It has a random character, like here-ish, to say it's a U. You have, I forgot the number, I think it's 20 characters, and it's usually just padded with spaces, but it looks like somehow I've corrupted the room and it's got a U in it. Fun. Also, the tile set has gone like quite whack. And so I wonder if I set this LSB to 0x80, gosh, I just realized music has been kind of playing in the background. I think. Hey, Spiderman is playing in the background. Right, so let me get back to that window. I was just hearing noises, and I'm like, oh, if like copyright music, it's just a bit of a pain. Yeah, so this is, it just changes what I kind of thought about things. I wonder if vertical means it goes up. Well, in fact, we can. How do we do this? Do that. Where was the switch thing? Golly, that doesn't show me where the switches are. We can toggle that. Control X. Right, so there is some switches there. We go back here, and so it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be a switch. I doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's bizarre how like the wall has kind of changed. Can we climb up here? We can't really scale the roof. Oh, come on, you can do it. Yeah, because as soon as I go out of the room, it'll kind of change that. In fact, there's a wall blocking me because we're going to one of the rooms. So this would be room north, which is 1. So we'll be trying to move up into midnight, which midnight has a floor. So I guess I want to do that LSB thing. So this one probably has a bit better thing. So that's a toggle block. Yeah, so back here, we want to we can do something like this. No, not that. Do something like that. Yeah, and then LSB we can set to 80 and do that. And we did a thing before, right? So that did. Do we? Oh gosh, do we? I wonder if this will. Yeah, didn't know how to do that because all this stuff. In fact, even that. All right, so if we do that, we should get LXB is 80, and this is what I think is whether it does it on room entry or not. And if I had these headphones on before, I'll bring that back. If I had them on before, well, didn't actually intend to kill that. If I had them on before, what would have happened was I would have heard a little switch noise in my head. So it's still kind of changed, and we got some stuff over there. And yeah, so that's doing a thing. It's not doing the. It's not doing what I expected. But yeah, this is definitely switching on and off, but it seems like we have corrupted some data. So what I'm wondering is if we go back to this one, this one, this one, this one should do. And so if we change y to be 4, so if we turn on the switches, that doesn't do that, but if we display it, golly, bring me here, I haven't really got it shown, but yeah, with the y equals 4, I wonder now if we can play this, it's not like everything broken. Cool. This is less broken. Not sure what's happening here. It kind of seems like my X and Y are like kind of wrong. Yeah, X is 27. What? No, yeah, X is a weird number. So when did it go like that? X should have been 14. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And I guess because of the LSB, this is why is it my X's and Y's like changed up? What we could do is, I guess, yeah, I want X to be there. Maybe we can just set Y to be a bit further down. Um, what if we do like 8? Ah, no, that wasn't the right number. Size we want to keep as 4, but yeah. In fact, like when this is like, I don't know, like if something is like 8 8, so it should be how do we get there? 8 8, so it should be like roughly there. And the size is quite small. And so if we go in, that is kind of roughly where I thought, but it's like off by 1. So Spidey is 3 tall. In fact, like to make it easier, we could probably make it 3 tall, but there are 2 gaps above. So I guess we'll make it 3, just because that makes it a little easier. I wonder if we can. Kind of interesting that they did that. But yeah, we want the size 3, and we want to play. So yeah, I guess fine tuning that X and Y. Try and get things right. So this is yeah, that 2 tiles off. So what I guess I want to do is take 1 off. Well, no, take 2 off. That's kind of what I would expect to get up to the top. And I just want to like, I mean, it looks like 2 tiles. Yeah, so that's 2 tiles we can call under. I'm kind of interested what the switch will do just while we're in this state. Might be easier if I. So it does turn that on and off. What we could do is maybe set the off to 1 just to kind of see what it is. And this 6 was after we kind of shifted it up. So I would expect it to be flush with the thing. It is not. It's gone 2 down. It was always 2 down. Right. This is underneath the helicopter, like just behind the thing. What I want to do is change this in tile editor, and we can do like a miles away now. And down here, and we want to do a 5-4. So 5-4, and boom, that's all saved. And we can also show a thing, object display and switch display. So if we do an object, we can kind of see the objects. Right, so I kind of want to check the LSB thing as well. If we is that what I wanted? Care about that. So if we set the LSB to 0, so I'm kind of testing two things. I would expect the switch to kind of switch when I enter the room. So a switch kind of went off and it did a thing, and this switch is useless. But if I kind of go back and forth, it will switch it on and off. So it's only on room entry for that switch. The coordinates are just wild. So I don't know if we do something like 4. So it was like below the helicopter. I should probably stand where it is. Yeah, so that's pulled it back. So I think the X and Y are round the wrong way. So if there's the case, we wanted it to be here. I don't know. If we kind of look at where it ended up, it was 8-4, 8-4. Cool, that looks about right. It was around there. I can't remember if it was going up or down, but we can work that out. So the X and the Y are just back to front. And I think that's something worthy of changing. Total block. So the X and Y. Kind of want to, when we get it. So this is a block. No, this is like the total block. And so is that just what we want to do? So the preamble happens there, and I guess we read most, we get that. And then like MSB is associated with Y there. That's just the same. MSB is Y here. And like the block XY seems pretty legit. It's more just the yeah, so down a bit more. So the sprites. No, it's not a sprite though. It's a switch. So we do that. So I wonder if I'm just meant to kind of swap the X and Y there. But then that would probably kind of screw up where things are looking. Um, switches and not tile switches and objects. Um, but yeah, that's not showing. Well, the switch is looking like it's in the right place, and we displayed that. So now, X being 21, that 16 and B, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Um, and 27, 15, so it's like a bit less. So the Y is a bit more. I think these numbers are kind of messed up. So um, so 0x1b is 27. So that is definitely the Y parameter. So yeah, I guess like the preamble we don't want to change, but um, this is the thing that we changed. Ah, right. So yeah, we want to keep that like that, but then in this we want to change this. I believe that's what I kind of want. Um, and like, does this kind of cause an issue? What about objects as well? Yeah, so objects and switches look like it's doing the thing. If we display that, the X and Y, we can probably set the what we want. So we can uh, X can be 0x14 and Y can be 4. And now if we play that, so you see what that does. Get some music. We're doing a switch on start. Let's put it in a weird place. What if we go back to here we were, and so 8 and 4, and that is what we've set it to be. And so where is this 8, 4? I would expect it to be there. It's not there. I guess the sensible way to do this is do something like that and 0, 0 size 1, see where that ends up. So we're just going to have one block, and seems a legit place. And I kind of want to change that LSB, LSB, and set it. Can't recall if it was set or not. Cool. Nah, it's under my control. So that's what it is now. We can switch it. So the that seems right. If we add to the x, I was getting crusty. So we've added 10 to the x, and like, is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's well, there will be 0, so 10 would be there. So it's definitely pushing it. That's on the y. So I think I want to kind of go back from where I was. So in the preamble, I kind of want to display it first. So yeah, so X and Y is showing right there, but it's not here. But like if we do a display, it kind of works fine. And I think that is because you can get rid of and that one S and O. So it shows it's kind of when we're saving, we're not saving it in the right way. Well, we kind of are saving it in the right way. We I don't know. So this preamble, when we do this, this is just checking the first one, and that's just that. And it's when we don't have the preamble, we do I just put it in the wrong order? No, I don't. So what I want to do is in this toggle block. Now we want this to have X, and that's going to be Y. Come on, give me back, and that is going to be X. Give me that, and do that, and so that is setting X there, and if we do a display on that, we're showing X there, and if we do a play on that, should be hopefully X that goes across, not Y. Cool, that looks right. So X has gone across and we have that. Now, when we have so we wanted it 4, so we can double test that kind of goes to the right place. Yep, it did, but did it? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it did kind of make sense, but we want it purely like this tile 14. So that is going to be 0, 1, 4, and we want it just 3, but I'll do size 2. Actually, no, I'll stick with size 1 so we can see what it is like that. So it should be on the rightmost jail, which it is, and it's 1 step up. That's good. So now if I do, I don't know, 3, that's kind of what I wanted. It either goes up to the roof or it goes down. I want it up to the roof. It goes down. So because of that, we can say we want y to be 0. And that will be a bit better. Cool. And so now if we do that, we actually could do 4. But yeah, so that's switching on and off. Perfect. So we could probably do as a 4, and we could do like LSB 80. What is LSB at the moment? LSB is currently 80, so we could set it to 0, and that will be play. It will activate every time we go in and out of the room. And yeah, it's kind of interesting that the enemies kind of slip down when that happens. Both this side and the other. So I wonder if that has something to do with the LSB 80. We'll find out. So if we go that way and we go that way, yeah. So that guy slipped off. That guy slipped off. It's kind of interesting. So why I think that is interesting is if we go up, and well, in fact, not even going there. Maybe let's just do this, and if we is that because I've kind of changed foyer? So if we display 2, yeah, so foyer I've just kind of copied to be the same as midnight. How do I do this? Actually, no, it's not too hard. So I want to copy Spidey rooms.spill, and I want to get the original. So that's what it looks like now. Instant update, perfect. And we can do tiles, and we can basically set that to be that. Oh, this is brilliant. And then we had objects. Do something like that. And was that what we wanted? Yeah. And then we can also do objects. And we had an object 1, so we can put our little mummy there. And switches. We'll have LSB, I guess. And we also want this type to be that. And there was also, I suppose I should just do not Halligan text and midnight, not midnight. Midnight.txt, and 5.4 is what I want down the bottom. Maybe that one, 5.4. And if we do tiles, yeah, perfect. So that should just be back to the state it was just before, but now just to test, if we kind of climb up here and do some jumpity jump. Yeah, and I think before that's closed again, but now it won't because of magic. That was the global switches. But yeah, if I do this over and over, it doesn't really have any effect on the old enemies. But if I kind of come out here, yeah, he slipped off the edge, and that guy just disappeared. Bizarre. Now, I wonder if there's kind of 2 issues at play there. I wonder if it depends on where this guy is. So like maybe he's like all the way there now. He still kind of slips out, and now he's just kind of frozen. Kill him. It's just not the same behavior as what you kind of see with going up and over. Which is interesting. So he was like right at the edge, and then I do something like that, and it's just fine. Yeah, I'm not too sure about why that might be a little different. But yeah, anyhow, if we go into our um, test setup, that is doing what we want in the right place. Oh golly, I could. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Right. So what I want to do is maybe we can just pull you here. I'm gonna have another switch, but we're gonna have it maybe uh, one further that way, and we're gonna have it at I think just 10 will do, and we'll have the same sort of thing. So if we do that, that would have opened up another thing. It's kind of interesting. Cool. So we'll do that. I think I kind of overwrote the switch that I wanted. So want something like that. And that's the switches 0. Yeah. So what I kind of want to do is let me do this. And here we can do find the 1 and kind of bring that up, and also bring that back 1, and then the 14 here we were going to do come on do that. Yeah, and then now this should it's still kind of showing just the 1. It's because I'm adding a different chunk to the same switch. So I think this is probably worth a little thing. Or I probably should have killed one of them to well, I don't know. It might be real laggy. Hopefully not. So we have 2 switches, but it's really just 1 not doing anything. But this one does switch on and off. So if I wanted to make it, if I wanted to make that do that, so what I would need to do is we would find the we can get that, and we can put that back to where we were, and I think can we just delete things? Ruby.c, ruby.c, and we had a notion of deleting. Yeah, so we can delete entire room. Yeah, so we can do in in here we can do so in delete we want to delete switches.chunks 2, and then we can just do something like that, and that's just gotten rid of that first chunk, and now we can go back until we have something that's more right. So I think we want something like that. And the 10, find that. Was something like that. Cool. So that's one switch. And now what I need to do is increment the switches, but keep the chunks the same. So we do something like that, and then we do that, and yeah, so it added our little preamble, and we probably want to set LXB. Can I kind of get to see what I want this LXB 80? Did we not know what an LSB is? LSB. We have to do it on the chunk. So if we do that, now we should have kind of two switches. It only shows the one. So the first switch, I would have thought. Well, I guess we can do it like that. Cool. So now we should have two switches, both of which do not have the LSB hybrid set. So that means it should be controllable by Spidey, I believe, or the other way around. Yeah, so both controllable by me. Interestingly, it only shows. I wonder if they're overlapped. Yeah, they are overlapped. So in that case, we would want switches 1. Is that what we want? Switches 1, but can we not run whatever command I was about to do? This nerve. We want that switches 1, and this we want to set to something like 10, and I guess that is like that. Right, so now we should have two switches, both controlled by Spidey, that will control two different walls. So we have that one and that. Cool. I mean, it's a bit different to how the other one was set up, where the one switch kind of, well, like both switches operate both. So that's something that could be interesting to look at, but I guess I might try and see if I can get the helicopter to fly, see if it can hit the old the old mummy. See what happens. Yeah, I think I've got time to kind of try and do something like that. So if we do a display of 1 to see how the helicopter moved. So we have toggle block. Is that what we want? No, toggle block isn't right. We want toggle object. We'll give it a go. So if we get this, we want to add a new switch. Maybe I will. Goodness. Miles away now. Maybe if I go back to midnight and then down here, can't really see the cursor, but we can set up another little switch here. So this will be a different type of object, but we should probably make that 2 or it would be 1 9, wouldn't it? And so if we do something like that, we have a little toggle object and a little switch there to kind of show it. No, that's not showing the switch. That's just showing there, but I do have a switch. So how do these toggle objects kind of work? We have an index, a test, and a value. So the global switches, that is kind of like a count from the top. So I believe like, give me that. So yeah, this like first one, well, not even first one. This one is looking at 0 and 2, and then this one was also 0 2. But that's still the same switch. But this one is 0 8, and then this one is 0 20. And like this would have something, but then this one will be 1 2. So that would be go 20. This would be 0 80, and then we go back to 1 2. Then this would be 1 8, and then if you had more, there would be more. So I guess usually when you stand on the helicopter, it will make it move. So if we look at that grey one, we can see it does a check. And yeah, so I guess that's like, if it hasn't been moved before, I kind of want to just see what will happen. So we've kind of set the index and test and value to be that. Now let's just see what that kind of has. Oh, my leg again. Sorry, I haven't killed the other one. But if we go back here, so that was the third object, wasn't it? So we should get 1 2, and it hasn't done anything. But what we can do is maybe try some things out. This has index in 20, and like, where's that 20? Get that. Yeah, and that's like the value. I guess we can start with just that. So if we do this, we can also do index 0 and text 0 20 dot value 0 60. And if we did all of that, we should get a similar thing there. We do a play, that should, oh no, hopefully move a helicopter. It moved the helicopter when we went up on room entry. So it, and yeah, it's doing some funky stuff because there's like a room entry, and it like kind of took control of this. So what I guess we need to do is when we get to that, it's LSB 80. No, we want it on the is that what we want? So that should set it to be controlled by me. Not like the best default, starting as on room entry. Well, maybe it is. But yeah, now that's all fine, and this is all fine. The enemies are still doing like weird things when we jump back and forth. Not sure why. But if we do this, that moves it up. Now, I think that is based on the value that we have put here. So I wonder if we maybe make it. So 60 is the same as 40 and 20. So maybe we'll see what's just 40 done. And who knows, it might do a thing. So if we do 1, 2, it's switching a thing, but it's making no visible change. Probably could have changed, looked in another room, but let's look at 60. And again, that's oh no, that moved it down, didn't it? So if we have a look again, I wonder if the other one moved it down. So move down. So let's have maybe a write down of that. So switches, I think. Okay. Yeah, so toggle object. So if we had a value 60 moves up, and we had value of 0 20 moves down. So that's really just having the 0x40 on or off, I guess. So I would, yeah, I kind of wonder how we might get it moving sideways. I wonder if 0x06 might do the trick. Hmm. So if we do 1, 2, yeah, so that moved to the right. So that was with 0x06. So 06, and that moved left. I don't know why I said right before. So I would imagine we do 2, it would move to the right. Maybe we can change that preemptively. And if we do the play now, when we hit the helicopter switch, it should hopefully move to the right. A bit more spy. So 1, 2. Hey, look at that! Watch out, buddy! Hey, we're gonna kill him. So that's kind of cool. It's just gonna be too much for him. And then that goes out. And so it won't go like back and forth, which is, I mean, we've got a visible switch, and you can see that it kind of does toggle, which I guess like kind of makes sense. On the roof of the helicopter, which I wonder if this helicopter is going wild. Yeah, he also went sideways. Interesting. Yeah, they just all seem kind of linked up. So if we display this, yeah, so if global switch is 0, so I think this is, yeah, potentially, it's like a different index. Oh, no, this is this toggle object. But then this is testing for 20 and 70 to 0. So this is setting it to nothing, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, what do I want to do? So I guess if we could potentially maybe see what 2 does. I kind of imagine it will go to the right and down at the same time. Find out. hasn't moved at all, but that's because we haven't had a switch. And yeah, it went down to the right. And so I would imagine if we did 6-2, it would go up to the right still. Yeah, up to the right still. And so if we did do, yeah, up to the right, and then it kind of just continues on. And yeah, I wonder if we can get that switch so it kind of goes both ways. What I might do is we can do chunks 2. You can toggle an object, and it can check that same object, but it can check for just a test of 0. I don't know if that will do the trick, and if so, then it will pause the old helicopter. Look at that. So we can make it go, and then we can make it stop. Cool. I'm like pretty happy with that. I should probably note that all down. Switches. So 6-2 upright. EPC. I don't know what the other values do. So there are a bunch of other values that it could be, but that's all good. Then, yeah, the dot test. So we had 2 dot tests, right? We had a test of 20 and a test of 0. And I wonder what that kind of means. So we had a test of 20. That was when it was going. That was when I was setting it going. Like this test will be, if not already done, and like this will be, if already done. I don't know, question mark there, but I think I will probably leave it there because I'm getting a little tired and my lips are starting to hurt, and I'm not a big fan of that. It is kind of getting late as well. But yeah, thanks for watching this far. Hopefully that was kind of interesting seeing how all the switches kind of work, and like we'll just build it out. I didn't really have a plan for today. I thought I'd just kind of see what opportunity took me. But yeah, thanks for watching, and feel free to check out any other videos. I do a bunch of stuff. I play games. I do other development projects. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.